You may have been asked by your tutor or your publisher to provide a bibliography that has been split into different lists, for example, to show primary sources and secondary sources. This video will demonstrate how to do this using EndNote's Cite While You Write toolbar. So you'll need to have your document open with the citations already inserted into it. Now you can click the Categorize References button at the top on the EndNote toolbar here, and then click Configure Categories. This window will open up and it shows you a list of the references in the document, and on the left-hand side here you can see the category headings. If you need to, you can right-click to rename a category, so you may want to call them reference list and bibliography instead of primary sources and secondary sources. You can also use the plus button here to add extra categories. So once you've set up your categories, you can click each reference in the list and drag it onto the category that it belongs to. So you can choose exactly which references will go into which section. Once you've done that and clicked OK, then your reference list will then be divided into the category that you have chosen. Any references that haven't been placed into a category will display at the end of the reference list, like here in this section called Uncategorized References. If you want to change that, you can go back to the Configure Categories box and you can place that reference or those references into a category to get rid of the uncategorized references list. Any categories that don't have any references in won't be displayed as part of the reference list. If you want to, you can also add extra citations into the document that are not cited in the text, but you still want them to appear in the reference list. So the way to do this is to select the references in EndNote, insert them into the document, and then use Edit and Manage Citations to change those citations so that they are hidden. So you would change the formatting to show only in bibliography for each of those. And once you've done this, you press OK. The citations will not be displayed as part of the text, but the references will be part of the reference list. And then you can categorize them so they could be part of the other list, for example. And when you press OK, they will be reorganized into the categories that you have chosen. So this is really useful if you are having to display some references in a bibliography that were not cited in your text, but they're still important for your document. If you need to turn off the categorized lists, you can click Categorize References and then untick this top option here to group references by the custom categories. So you turn it off and the reference list goes back to one list which has all of the references in the default order. For more help with EndNote, please visit the EndNote section of the library website.